Like what we do? Consider supporting the channel by becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the description below. And as always, please enjoy the story.
Forcefully holding his hand, Leanne pulls Joe towards the end of the queue for the club. Leanne holds back the laughter as Joe starts hiding behind her, trying not to be seen.
I'm cold.
Joe whines, pushing himself closer to Leanne for warmth and security.
Why is the line so long?
Now you know all about the pain women go through to look nice. Leanne teases, stepping forward as the line progresses. Don't worry, once we get inside and we start dancing, you'll soon warm up. Joe shuffles up behind Leanne.
Dancing?
He groans.
I ain't doing that.
Knocking him gently with her elbow, Leanne scoffs. All dressed up and you don't want to dance? That would be a shame. I'm looking forward to seeing you strut around in those heels.
Are you?
Joe pouts.
I don't really want to break my ankle, thanks.
It's almost like this isn't what you want to be doing right now, Joseph. Leanne quips, giving him a smug grin. Almost like you've been lying to me about wanting to dress femme.
Lying?
Joe brushes off with an awkward smile.
Not lying. I'm just not much of a dancer.
Cheer up then, Leanne replies scornfully. It's not every day I allow my boyfriend to wear my favorite dress.
Leanne!
Joe says, trying to hush her.
Not so loud.
Worried someone's going to find out you're a guy, baby girl? Leanne asks playfully. Joe goes bright red and only musters a bashful nod. You don't need to worry, Leanne answers, reaching in front of her to the next group waiting in line. I might be many things, but I'm not that mean. I've taken us somewhere safe. Tapping the young lady in front of them on the shoulder, she looks around with a curious expression. Hey, Leanne says to the lady in front. See this girl I'm with? The lady points at Joe. Yeah? She's actually my boyfriend in a dress.
Leanne!
Joe shrieks, turning away and hoping the ground would swallow him up. Oh, cool, the lady replies. He's very cute in that dress. Wish I had a figure like that. See? Leanne laughs, nudging Joe gently in the side with her elbow. Stop worrying. Oh, a shy one? The lady in front giggles. Has he just hatched?
Hatched?
Joe asks in frustration at the situation, folding his arms tight. I assume you've just come out to your girlfriend. The lady replies. Judging by how nervous you're acting about being in that dress, I'd say this is your first time out. Wow, you're good. Leanne laughs. The lady grins at Leanne. You keep her, she says, pointing at Joe, on a tight leash. If I see her on the dance floor alone, I might not be able to stop myself from hitting on her. Leanne's face lights up. Joe would never cheat on me, she says ironically. Would you, Joe? Brushing hair from his face, Joe nervously looks away.
Never.
Oh, Joe, so shy. The lady laughs, giving them both a naughty look. I bet you're so tight. I'd love to make love to you, sweetie.
Tight?
She means you're. Don't worry, Joe. The lady interrupts with a wide grin, reaching back to sensually touch Joe's arm. I'm sure your girlfriend will introduce you to her little plastic friend soon.
Her what?
Joe questions awkwardly, moving away from the lady's touch. Still so shy. The lady chuckles. Seems you've still got a lot of new experiences yet to enjoy. Trying to hide her laughter, Leanne points forward at the queue moving. As the lady winks at Joe, she turns back around to move forward. Leanne is left smirking as she looks at Joe's bright red face. Joe, Leanne whispers in his ear, how does it feel to be a sex object? Joe huffs in frustration and then looks away. The queue slowly continues to move forward toward the entrance of the club. Every so often, the lady in front of Joe and Leanne would look back and wink at Joe. Leanne couldn't be more pleased. Getting a few looks from the bouncer at the door, Leanne and Joe are soon inside the club. Grabbing Joe's hand tight, Leanne pulls him towards the bar. Drink? Leanne shouts over the thud of the music.
Yes.
Joe shouts back desperately.
Something really strong, please.
Nodding, Leanne makes her way to the bar, leaving Joe unattended nearby. Extremely uncomfortable, Joe leans up against a nearby table and tries to soothe his feet, which are hurting thanks to his heels. As he looks up from his feet, he sees across the room something that strikes fear into his heart. Sitting in one of the booths across the dance floor is Susan, his secretary, the last person he wants to see him dressed as he is. With wide open eyes, Joe double takes to make sure it's defo her.
Crap.
He squeaks, frantically trying to find Leanne. Scurrying over to Leanne, who's now at the bar, Joe taps her on the shoulder.
We've got to leave.
Joe states into her ear.
I can't stay here looking like this.
Leanne looks around confused.
Why?
She squeals back.
I've just ordered us a round of shots.
Joe doesn't want to tell Leanne why. He knows that's asking for trouble.
Let's just go, okay?
Leanne shakes her head before paying the bartender. Reaches for 2 of the 4 shots she's ordered. She pushes one at Joe, wanting him to drink it. Grabbing one for herself, she throws it back and downs the shot like a pro.
Unbunch your panties, baby girl,
she says, pulling a sour face at the alcohol.
We aren't going yet. I'm starting to enjoy myself for once.
Reaching for her second shot, she throws it back and then grins.
For once, I don't have to worry about being all pretty for you, Joe.
She shouts, turning around and reaching behind Joe's back to bring him close to her.
You're the pretty girl in our relationship tonight, and I'd really like it if you just enjoyed your femininity.
No, Leanne.
Joe replies sternly, refusing the shot in her hand.
We have to go. This is not worth it anymore.
Leanne shoves the shot into his hands.
Not worth it?
Joe pushes the shot away, almost spilling the content onto Leanne's top.
Yeah.
He childishly protests.
This dress, this hair, all of this, not worth it.
Oi, watch out.
Leanne replies, placing the shot glass down.
What are you saying, Joe? Are you saying I'm not worth it?
Joe gives Leanne a wry smile before trying to laugh it all off.
Let's just leave, okay?
No, Leanne answers, folding her arms.
What's the matter? Worried I'm gonna find out the truth about you?
Stop arguing, Leanne.
Joe says angrily, grabbing at her arm.
Can we just go home, please? This has gone too far.
Leanne rips her arm from his grip and steps back.
You're damn straight this has gone too far, Joe.
Leanne screeches at the top of her voice. Joe's face goes bright red.
Lower your voice,
he whines.
We are staying.
Grabbing one of the shots meant for Joe, Leanne throws it back and coughs as the alcohol burns her throat.
Fine, give me my keys and I will go and leave you here,
Joe says, holding out his hand.
No.
Stop being so childish, Leanne. I've done everything you've asked, and now I've had enough. I want to go home and end this mess you've put me in.
I've put you in?
Leanne laughs, stuffing the keys further into her back pocket.
Why don't you just tell me the truth already, Joe?
What? What are you on about, you silly woman?
Leanne grits her teeth and looks her boyfriend up and down. She looks intently at the underwear he's wearing through the weave of the dress she's allowed him to borrow.
That underwear.
She points, glaring into his eyes.
You don't seem happy that I've outed you, so I ask you again, who was that underwear for if it's not you?
Joe looks away from her frustrated glare. Swiping hair from his eyes, he turns away and folds his arms. The silence is telling.
Well?
Leanne asks again, jabbing him in the side.
It's mine,
he scornfully replies.
Bullcrap.
Leanne shouts, pushing him in the back.
Tell me the truth, or I'm leaving you here all alone wearing my dress and heels.
Joe turns back to look at Leanne's face.
You wouldn't do that to me.
Try me.
Okay, leave then.
Joe smiles, trying to call her bluff.
I'll just find that girl who fancied me earlier and beg for a lift home.
That wasn't a cis woman.
Leanne replies, shaking her head in derision.
You really don't understand where you are, do you?
Sis, what?
Joe asks, looking around for the lady who spoke to them in the queue.
A trans woman.
Leanne replies plainly. Still looking around, Joe doesn't react, almost like he hasn't heard her.
Look, there she is. Maybe I'll go over then and charm the pants off her.
Fine, do that then. Leanne gripes. Joe takes a single, confident step forward in his heels before stopping. He looks over at the table Susan sits at, and the idea of being seen by her strikes fear into his soul.
No, come on.
He says anxiously to Leanne, now much more calm and caring.
Please, just take me home.
Knowing he's out on display, Joe allows hair to cover his face as he tries hiding away. Coward! Leanne screams, reaching across to grab the last shot. Drinking the shot in one angry movement, Leanne wipes the remnants from her lips and slams it down onto the bar.
I think I understand now, Joe.
She grins.
Someone's in this club that you know, aren't they?
No.
Joe replies, quickly giving a telling glance at the table Susan is sitting at. Leanne sees his eyes dart back and forward. Peering around Joe's dainty-looking frame, she sees the woman sitting at the table alone.
Who is that?
She asks, pointing at the table.
Huh?
Joe replies, acting dumb.
You looked over at that table just now.
Leanne pressures.
No, I didn't.
Joe replies flippantly. A smug grin works its way across Leanne's face once more. If he's not going to admit to her, she knows that pushing him further is the only option for him to come clean.
Well then.
She laughs, shaking off the tipsy feeling from the booze.
You won't mind if I go introduce us then, will you?